Fun fact, XXXTentacion actually had a gaming channel. Yep. He uploaded, I think, two videos, one PUBG and one League of Legends. And both videos he lost, but that's neither here or there. Anyways, how XXXTentacion changed an entire generation, man. I'm been excited to see this video. X was my favorite rapper back in high school and like the first years in the military. And then even after he died, he was still uh, my favorite rapper until probably recently when Mike Dimes became my favorite rapper, but I still listen to X's music. RIP X, long live Ja. Without further ado, let's get into this video.
Okay guys, so here is my first vlog. Today I am basically going to tell you guys about myself because I've never really let you in much, and I feel like that's the best thing to do right now, to let my supporters know really who I am and have an idea on the type of person I am.
XXXTentacion always said he was friendly unless you gave him a
Tentacion. It's Tentacion. Tentacion.
XXXTentacion always said he was friendly unless you gave him a reason not to be. But growing up as a kid who would fight anyone at the many different schools he went to, and even spending some time in juvie, meant he was never in one place for too long. And most friends he did make didn't stick around. His behavior was taking a toll on his family, and at a certain point he was kicked out and drifting homeless. Being young and on the streets of Pompano, something as small as having weed could get you in trouble, and it did. The police would arrest him for exactly that. Not long after, he was taken into custody again for trying to steal laptops from a home. Even though everything was going wrong for Jase, one good thing in his life was finally about to happen. While in juvenile detention, Jase would meet Stokely Galborn, another kid who was 2 years older than him.
We met in jail.
Met in jail.
The last met in jail, started rapping together type shit.
Stokely was locked up for minor drug charges, and the two became friends inside. They would talk about how they wanted to hit licks and come up on some money when they were released.
Fun fact, Ski Mask actually didn't want to be a rapper until X inspired him to rap.
The two would freestyle for fun to pass time and even joked about rapping together. By the middle of 2013, he finished his 6-month program and started at a new school that Stokely also attended, Piper High. Piper was a come-and-go school with a lot of people, and this meant a lot of fights.
X actually got famous off of fighting before he got famous off of music.
But that's just who he was. He would fight for any reason, and being in high school, it was only more often until it turned into a weekly thing. Meanwhile, he and Stokely decided they wanted to form a crew for when they hit their licks. This was the beginning of the Very Rare group as a whole. Although they were still getting into trouble, he had something else finally to distract him, and rapping with Very Rare became his new favorite thing to do. One of their friends named Aaron had a snowball microphone and a laptop with recording software on it.
Blue Snowball, man, that's back in the day.
So they decided to try making music for fun. Their intention was to make group songs, so they all wrote down stage names for themselves. Stokely chose the name Ski Mask the Slump God, and Jase was the last one to pick a name. He was conflicted between a few options. It was between Master Splinter or Tentacion.
Lol, Jase don't got a stage name at all the Retro J. I narrowed it down though. Hashiyama, Master Splinter, Tentacion, and Adicion. Hashiyama. X always been on some Japanese stuff.
He tweeted this out to a friend who replied, "Are you serious? They're unique, but do you really think they would be good stage names?" To which Jase replied, "I don't give a fuck what others think about the name. It's what I want." He decided to go with Master Splinter.
2018?
I don't give a fuck.
No, 2013. I was about to say 2018. What
others think about the name. It's what I want. He decided to go with Master Splinter, but shortly after, changed it and birthed the name XXXTentacion.
Tentacion!
XXXTentacion means unknown temptation.
They were still up to no good most days, but they really started to consider music as a way out. The group started writing their first songs, and they recorded whenever and wherever they could. One of the first songs they did together as a group was Palm Trees. And the reason the vocals were so quiet is because they all ditched class and went to the computer lab just to record it. Shortly after this, X created a new SoundCloud profile and uploaded the song. Palm Trees was the first song he would be featured on, but his first ever solo track was named News/Flock. After realizing he enjoyed the process of making music, it became an outlet for his anger. He learned to record himself and dropped as much music as he could. A friend he made helped him organize the songs into an EP that he released on DatPiff called
Bro, I remember hearing this shit. I remember I was on the school bus, and the first time I ever heard X, I was on the school bus. This is back in high school, like sophomore year of high school, or junior year. I don't know, but I was on the bus. First thing I heard was "Look at Me." I was like, man, this shit hard. I listened to it like 3 times. I was like, man, this is hard. Like, I gotta find some more music from this guy. And that since that was the song that blew him up, I had a whole like back discography to go through. And I remember I listened to a couple songs on this. I thought they were pretty good. I can't remember them because it's been so long since I heard anything on this. You can't even call this an album. What is this, like a demo tape? I don't know. But I like the songs that were on this.
Called Ice Hotel. He then released a few more songs on SoundCloud, but would often delete them after a short period of time.
Because
X started talking with his friends in the Very Rare group, asking them how serious they were about this rap shit. He wanted to make sure everyone wanted it as bad as he did. They started recruiting new members to the group, but unfortunately some friendships began to strain. X and a group member named Nyora would get into an argument, and Very Rare would fall apart. This caused them to reform under a new name, Members Only.
Boy, it's crazy, man. Like, X was known for fighting people. And it's crazy, like, you hear songs and like you hear boom, 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 like you hear fight noises, you hear the oh shit, like yeah, like all that is from an actual fight. He took that and put it in the song. Bro, that's hard as hell. That kid Trunks back there? A young kid Trunks. Chapter X. Members Only.
At first, the group
Freddy vs. Jason.
only consisted of X and Ski.
Freddy vs.
Together
Jason.
in 2015, they dropped their first mixtape, Members Only Volume 1.
Volume 1, bro. I listened to Volume 1. I wasn't skipping class, but I was in like the middle of passing period, and I found this little pink thing on Spotify. And I listened to it. I was like, man, this shit hard. I listened to Freddy vs. Jason. I was like, man, this shit hard. Like, they could actually rap, bro. Like, this shit is just hard as hell.
It consisted of songs exclusively by X, Ski, or the both of them. The whole tape had a dark and gothic feel.
But it was hard,
He felt like he found his avenue of music, so
it was
ran
hard.
With it.
It was
They wasted
hard.
no time planning another tape. But this time they wanted to feature more members on the project. They began recruiting rappers from their neighborhood and all over South Florida.
Craig Zen, Kid Trunks.
As they began performing at small shows and house parties, they started to meet more people in the Broward
Didn't they meet Trippy back during this time? Didn't they meet Trippy before Trippy blew up?
music scene. They gained a small following of people who liked how different their style was compared to other artists coming out of Florida at the time. The unique thing about the Members Only group was many of them didn't even rap. But X didn't care, and he stated as long as everyone was doing something to progress the group, like booking shows, doing artwork, or even making clothes.
That's some real shit, bro. Not everybody got to be a rapper in the team. Everybody got their own different niche. Can you do thumbnails? You the thumbnail guy. Can you make clothes? You the clothing guy, bro. It's real good leadership,
doing something to progress the group.
I love
like
good
booking
leadership.
shows, doing artwork, or even making clothes. You had a spot on the team. Because of this, the group grew to a substantial size of rappers, photographers, and designers. X would even get into fights with promoters when he would request 20 people on his guest list. Members Only Volume 2 came out 6 months after Volume
2. Ooh, King of the Dead. They should call me Captain Morgan. I haven't heard that song. NASCAR, I haven't heard it. Take It There, Broly, Orgy. I heard Splash. I heard Splash. Very Rare Forever Freestyle. I haven't heard it. Polo Man, haven't heard it. Killers. Save Me. Live Off a Lick. MIA, Playboy Bunny, Xanax. I am. I heard that shit. That shit hard, bro. Save Yourself. Haven't heard it. Rare Part 2. Haven't heard it. What's that say? Wing Ridden Angel and Lunacy. I haven't heard it. So I should go back and listen to these. If y'all want me to listen to them, hey, comment below.
1. This time it featured more artists like Flyboy Tarantino, Enzo, and even a verse from Smoke Perp. This was the turning point in his career. He began to see how his behavior, which stunted his growth most of his life, was finally beginning to benefit him and his crew in the form of music.
Troublemaker. Oh, when he went back to jail. Oh, when he hit old
Almost
girl.
immediately, he began to build a small fan base just off this alone. Although he was starting to see the benefits of this outlet, it didn't mean his life was any easier. He was still fighting and getting into trouble. Members Only was starting to build a reputation as the rowdy kids. One fight in particular would be filmed and uploaded to World Star Hip Hop, giving X his first taste of going viral. But his behavior once again had its negative effects too, and he was expelled from Piper High School.
They were doing all this in high school? Bro, I thought this was, they had like already dropped out or something. They were making music and doing all this. I can't even imagine being famous in high school.
With more free time, X began to enjoy the idea of figuring out social platforms and how to utilize them to his advantage. An early example of this was him removing
Okage, The Shadow King, Ecstasy, Ocean, News Flock, Palm Tree, Catch, and Ghost will all be removed today.
his songs from his SoundCloud to create a sense of scarcity to his music. Almost immediately, people began to search for these lost songs. X would later talk about this, stating he hoped one day his lost music would be searched for and traded around like Pokemon cards. By the summer of 2015, his name started to circulate and locals were starting to know about it.
26, what do you say? 2013?
By the summer of 2015, his name started to circulate and locals were starting to know about him. At this point, he could guarantee a few thousand plays every time he dropped new music.
That's good.
With X leading the way for members only, they began getting paid a small amount of money for shows in the area.
That's good.
People from Florida's underground music scene said the members only shows were so infectious that other aspiring rappers were trying to emulate the energy they brought. It came natural to them though. They could turn even the smallest show into a mosh pit.
Look at me. Oh, worldwide, baby. Worldwide.
In late 2015, X and a producer named Rojas became acquainted through friends.
Damn, it was 2015?
One day Rojas was showing him a few beats, but X was passing on all of them. He was looking for something different that day. It came down to one last beat. Rojas had been saving it for another artist, but he was locked up at the time, so Rojas decided it was up for grabs. X ended up loving it. He went into the booth in the closet, and 15 minutes later, the song was complete.
15 minutes?
He titled it, Look at Me.
Man, talent, bro.
I disgust myself. Every day, I'll have no pride looking in the mirror. I disgust myself. You know what? It's funny, I love it. I love that I disgust myself. I eat my negativity every single day. And you know what comes out more? More negativity.
I eat my negativity every day, man. That's a good ass video. Even though it's just the beginning, bro. So many people have made videos about after Look at Me. So it's actually pretty refreshing to hear everything before it. But to title it how XXXTentacion changed the entire generation without the process of after Look at Me, it's kind of weird. But I mean, it is what it is. But it's a good video. Who made this? Publish X. Good ass video, man. Comment, rate, subscribe. If y'all want me to check out the old X music, I will. But you know, I'm gonna need some motivation. I'm gonna need you guys to be like, yeah, go listen to the shit. So, all right, it's your boy Miss. Comment, rate, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.